Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back again to a brand new video. My name is Angelo from Cosmos Ink, and in today's video, I'm gonna be giving you all a brief introduction into Kittl, how to use it for basic designing and sublimation printing. So before we get too deep into this video, of course, there are 3 things I need y'all to do for me. Number 1, hit that link down below to subscribe to my channel. Number 2, be sure to hit the other link down below to join our Facebook group, Sublimation Cove. And last but not least, we are the owners of Cosmos Ink. So if you need any type of sublimation ink or sublimation paper for your business, be sure to hit that link down below as well. We'll get it sent out to you ASAP. So the very first thing we need to do is we need to go to Kittl.com. That is Kittl.com. Or you can just hit the link down below and it'll redirect you straight over to Kittl. As far as what is Kittl, it's pretty much it's a template-based program where you can come in and you can do editing. However, you can't do as much editing as you would within Affinity Designer or Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop or all those other programs that dive a lot more deeper into graphic design versus this. This is good for people who want to find some type of template where they can just edit it, put their own twist on it, and then be able to download it and then put it on whatever products that they're going to be printing on. So now that you're in Kittl, this is what you're going to see as soon as you log on. You're going to see where you can try it for free. And as you scroll down, it'll have a few different things that they'll cover for you, like this option. Well, this feature right here, which is advanced text editing. So you can pretty much edit your words to say whatever they want to say, and then it'll reshape them back into that word. You got magic recoloring. They have a palette of colors over here that you can choose from, and it'll pretty much recolor all of your design into those matching colors or colors that are provided right there on the color palette. Let's see, you got ready to use templates, so just kind of same thing I said earlier. You can be able to change the wording or anything, and it'll reshape it into that particular format for that design. And then these are your different categories that you have. And then you have unlimited content. Of course, this will pop up for you to sign up. And just a bunch of cool things that you can do. So from here, let's go cover the pricing for a second. And when you get to the pricing, you have 2 options. You can either be billed monthly or billed yearly. If you want to be billed monthly, it will cost more per month. However, if you bill yearly, of course, it'll be cheaper. But on the backside, you have to pay for the whole year up front. So as you scroll down, these are going to be your different options that they currently have during the time of this recording. And if you scroll down, you can click right here to compare plans, and it'll have a bunch of options right here available. Of course, for the time's sake of our video, I'm not going to be covering each and every option that's available per category. However, you can do this on the back end when you go check it out to sign up. So most of us are using this one right here. This is the one that I'm using. So if you do want to start out, I prefer just skipping over the Pro one and going straight to this one. Once you log in, this is the screen that you're going to see. So for us, we're going to click on T-shirts. And when you click on T-shirts, you're going to see a bunch of different templates, just a bunch of different designs. And remember, guys, each one of these, the words, the colors, a lot of this stuff in these templates, you can be able to edit. So let's say that we want to do something that we can put a lot of different twists on. And let's say we're going to make that one spring break. Because we got people go to a lot of different places for spring break. You got people that go to Miami. You got people that go to Fort Lauderdale. Some people go to Cancun. It's a lot of places that people go. So you want something that you can be able to edit. So we'll click on this. And when we clicked on this design, you can use it, you can like it right here. You can also share this particular design. You can be able to share it through Facebook and other social media outlets. And you can even come up here and you can follow this person, or you can bookmark this particular design. Then if you come right here to the comment section, you can scroll down and see the comments from people who have downloaded this design before, and they just want to let you know how it is. And if you scroll down a little more on the outside of the comment section, scroll down a little bit, and it'll give you a bunch of related designs to that, which I don't really see anything else on here that's related to spring break. So yeah, that's that. So you come up here and then click on use this design. And once you select that, that'll pretty much take you into the backdrop, which is the backside, which is gonna be the editor, where you can be able to change a lot of these options. So for instance, we got spring break right here. We wanna leave that the same. Let's change it. Instead of Cancun, let's say we want it to say Miami. We'll type in Miami, click on the outside of it, and there you go. It'll reshape it to Miami. Let's say we want to change it to Fort Lauderdale. Hopefully I spelled this right. Fort Lauderdale. There you go, Fort Lauderdale. And now when this pops up, this exclamation mark right here, that means that the text is too big. So we got to come over here to this text tool right here. This is the size of the text, and we can shrink it down to be able to fit. So let's start off at 300, see how that is. And that actually might be it right there, 300. So we got 300, and we can drag it up some to put it in the middle. And there you go. And then if I ever want to undo this, let's say I want to go back to the one before, I can just hit this button right here, which is your undo, and then you got your redo. So you can keep hitting undo, undo, and take it back to what we previously had, which was Miami. So from here, let's say I do want to change up some colors. When you click on the object, sometimes it might be multiple items within that object or multiple things that are grouped together, multiple layers. So right here, this is cool. You can be able to come up here and you can change just the color of that particular item that's grouped up. So instead of this being red, let's say I wanted to change it to this color, white. I can be able to do that. Let's say I want to change it to another color down here. I'm be able to do that as well. And the cool thing about this section right here, these are document colors. So these are pretty much all the colors that are within your document right here, within your design. It'll make a cool little palette down here for you to be able to pull some of those same colors and be able to use those colors throughout the design. So I'm gonna click undo to bring that back to where it's at. And like I said, everything in here you'll be able to edit. So right now we're not in 2022 anymore, we're in 2023. So I can edit that right there. And then you have a bunch of different options over here as well. You have layers, you can click on layers and see every little thing on here. You'll be able to change the colors and change what you can see or cannot see. So you can hide the birds right here. I can show the birds. And yes, there's a lot of stuff you can do in here. So from here, let's cover this bar over here. This is gonna be your My Projects bar. So with this bar, this is pretty much gonna show all of your projects that you have worked on in the past and that you've saved over to your project section. So this is everything that I've worked on in the past, just trying to learn it. And then next up, we have designs. And these designs are gonna be pretty much the same designs that were on our previous page before we came over into this section. This is just a shorter, I guess a more user-friendly tab on the side, so that way you can be able to click on this tab and go through your designs this way versus coming up here to the other tab and then going pretty much to a new screen to be able to look at the different designs that are offered. So that's cool. We got a text button right here. You can be able to add these texts and you can be able to edit the text as well. You got elements, which is more or less clip art. You have uploads, so that way you can be able, through here, you can be able to upload whatever image that you may have into this design software, and then from there you can be able to change it up and fit it in however you want to fit it in. You got photos, which are going to be royalty-free photos in this section. You have texture, which is going to be these little dots that you see right here in this area and some right here, over here. So that's going to be your texture tab where you can be able to change that. And then you have Kittl AI, which is the same thing as pretty much AI art. And you just type in your description that you want right here, and it'll put out an image that best fits the description that you gave to the AI. And every time you do a piece of AI artwork, it will take one of your credits away up here. So just know that with the thing that we signed up for, more or less, the version that we signed up for, we have 100 credits for our AI. And that's just a brief overview of this side tab that's gonna be over here in this area. So we can hit X to close that. Up here, this is where you rename your project. So I don't want it to be Spring Break Cancun 2022. I want it to be Spring Break Miami 2023. And we can just click out, and when you click out, it'll automatically save it, or if it don't automatically save it, you can easily come up here, click this, and then it'll save it for you as well. So that is that part. Now we're gonna go into the background. Because we're doing sublimation, you wanna get rid of your background. And I say that because you don't wanna have a boxy style image on your shirt, and your shirt is more than likely gonna be white, or it may be a different color other than white. However, because we don't want this image to appear so boxy on the shirt, we're gonna delete the background so that we can have a transparent background before we send this out to be exported and print from whatever program that we're gonna print from. So from here, you select background. Down here, from your layers tab, you'll press layers, then you'll select background, and then hit this I button right here, and it'll hide the background. Then texture, you can come to the top and hit texture, and it'll delete the texture as well. Or you can just come right here and hit delete, and it'll delete the texture as well. And I'm only deleting the texture because we don't want the texture to show up as far as within this print. So from here, come down the background again, and it didn't delete it all the way. So instead of doing that way, let's just press background right here, come up to this button right here to change the colors, and then come to right here where it says transparent. We can click that, and boom, it'll make it transparent. And then for the text, because it is going onto a different color style shirt, let's make that text a different color. So let's make it orange. We can select this part right here, make that orange as well. Select our text, our 2023 text, make that orange too. And this wave right here, we can make that orange as well. And then for this final part that's right down here, the bottom of the sun, I want to click on that layer. And I want to see that part right there that's black. I want to make that part transparent. Or I could change it to another color, but I just didn't like it sitting right there. So yeah, we'll just delete that, and then that's it. So from here, this is pretty much the basis of our project after all the editing that we've done. Let's say I want to change some more colors, or I want to find a different color pattern that I think might be better. Well, you can come right here, click this button, and it'll give you a palette. And then with this palette, these are predetermined colors that are already laid out for you as far as colors that look good together, that they'll be able to recolor your design as far as with those colors. So this one, I do like that one. That one's really cool. That's nice. This is very nice as well. So you can just come over here and just play with this palette, and it'll give you all these different color options that they have pre-made into the system for you to choose from. So I'll click on the outside to get rid of that. And that look like that is it. We are pretty much to go into our next step, which will be exporting it, getting it ready for sublimation printing. So in order to do that, we're gonna come up here to where it says download. You'll click that button. And now, when we get to the unit section, this, depending on what we choose right here, well, not what we choose right here, what we are going to choose right here will be determined by what we are doing. So if we are putting this on a physical item, I always recommend coming up here and changing this into inches. If this is going to be a digital design, I only recommend doing pixels. All right, so since we're putting this on an actual item, I'm gonna change the unit section right here to inches. For the width, I like to choose the size of the paper that I'm using. So the max width of the size of paper that I'm using is 8.5, so I do 8.5. This lock right here means that it'll lock it into proportion. There's no way for you to uncheck this, but I'm glad that they put this right there to let you know that, hey, it will be locked into proportion, so it won't look stretched out at all on either side when you change the dimensions of your item. So right here, we'll press enter. So it did the math for us. Remove background, you can select that. However, I did change it into a transparent background, which will be exported as a PNG. But just to be on the safe side, I'm just checking anyways. Optimize quality, same thing. Now, you have two options. You can either export this as a PNG or you can export this as a PDF. To me, either one works. If you want to export it as a PDF, you can, and then you can be able to open up that file within Affinity Designer or within whatever other program that will support PDFs. However, if you're using a different program, let's say you're using Silhouette or Cricut or just another program like that that only supports PNGs or anything like that, you can select PNG right here, download it, and then drag and drop it into that program as well. So for our sake, I'm gonna just use PNG, even though I am gonna be pulling this into Affinity Designer. So we got our PNG downloaded. Now we're gonna click this to open up Affinity Designer. Now that's open, we're gonna select New Document. I already have a document that's already set up in here. It's gonna be 8.5 by 11. Our DPI is gonna be at 300. And my apologies, we do have to go back and we have to change our export to our DPI. We wanna change that to 300 as well. So always make sure those two match. So I'm gonna hit PNG again to re-download it. And now I know it's the second one that I downloaded. We'll use that one. So we got 300. We got our 8.5 by 11, create artboard, preferred embedded, RGB 16, Adobe RGB 1998, transparent background, and that's it. We're gonna press create. So now that we got that, we're gonna open our files, and I'm gonna drag and drop that download, the second download that I did, onto here. And it was 8.5 wide, so that's why these lines are right here on the edges. Also, the lines are right here on the edges because it's taking everything that was in your design space and exporting that. It's not just exporting what's the furthest pixel that you have on the outside of your image, is not cropping it. So it will take the entire area pretty much like how it is right here. It'll take all this gray space that's right here around it. It will use that as part of your image, which is not a lot. And if you ever want to crop it, you can just come to the crop tool right here and just drag and drop it and be able to crop it in. So that's pretty much it. From here, we're gonna go up to File, Print, or you can do Control P or Command P, depending on what operating system you're using. I have my 8550. I'm gonna go to Properties. I'm gonna go to this setting I have right here already preset, and this is for Cosmos Ink, Sub Paper, and Sublimation Ink. So our paper source for this particular printer, the 8550, is gonna be cassette 2. We're gonna, document size is gonna be 8.5 by 11. Orientation is portrait. Paper type, premium presentation matte. On color, high. Then we can select more options. For the color correction, we're gonna keep it on custom. We're gonna go to advanced. We're gonna select color controls. Your color mode, it might be on Epson Vivid when you first get in. change it over to Adobe RGB. For your gamma, you're gonna use 2.2. You're gonna change this to slide bar, and for your brightness, you're gonna do -2, 1, 1, and then 0 for cyan, 3 for magenta, 0 for yellow, and we're gonna press OK. Then for our maintenance, come over to maintenance. You're gonna go to extended settings right here, and you're gonna change your print density from 0 to 10%. Press OK. Come back to more options, and now you can click Add/Remove, and you can name this preset whatever you want to name it. Typically, I name it the ink that I'm using along with the paper that I'm using, along with the size of paper that I'm using. So that way, those are my main 3 things that I'm concerned about when it comes to this. So I already saved it. We can just hit close. Then from here, I hit OK. And then for color management, right here, we're gonna leave it to performed by app, Adobe RGB 1998. And performed by app, we're gonna do performed by printer instead. All right, so we're gonna leave it on performed by printer. We're gonna come to recording intent. We're gonna leave it as perceptual. And then we're gonna hit OK. And now it's gonna send it off to our printer where it's gonna start printing. That's it. Once you print it out, this is gonna be it right here. So that came out really cool. And once again, I do love Kittl because it's one of the only programs that you can be able to use where it's a template-based program. You don't have to have any type of design knowledge at all. As long as you can type, you can design, all right? So that is it. That wraps up everything for this video. I appreciate you tuning in. Once again, be sure to hit that link down below to follow my channel. After you do that, be sure to hit the next link down below to join our Facebook group, Sublimation Cove. And last but not least, we are the owners of Cosmos Ink. So if you need any type of Cosmos ink or paper used in this video and or in all of our videos that you need to have to be able to do sublimation printing, be sure to hit that link down below as well. It'll redirect you to our store. We can get it sent out to you ASAP, all right? So that's it. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Angelo out.